board meeting on January 28th, 2026. The time is 7 p.m. Mr. Ott, will you please call the roll?
Member Pierpont.
Present.
Member Orr. Here. Member Waters. Here. Member Matheny.
Here.
Member McLeister.
Here.
Member Pratt.
Here.
Member Stalker.
Here.
7 present.
Okay, first on the agenda is for the Finance and Property Committee. Mr. Ott, do you want to go ahead and read the title, and we'll turn it over to Mr. McLeister from there?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of North Canton to enter into a contract by and between the city of North Canton and the Stark County Public Defender's Office for the purpose of providing legal counsel to indigent North Canton residents in Canton Municipal Court for a period of 1 year commencing January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2026, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
McLeister.
All right, so item 3A is an ordinance something we do every year where the city works with the Public Defender's Office for the purpose of providing legal counsel for indigent people, mostly indigent patients. That's my professional career. I apologize. Indigent residents. And I don't know if Jim, do you have anything further to add?
So good job. Yep. So we pay $200 per case to residents who are considered indigent. They can't afford legal representation. So it's something we do every single year, and we just have to renew the contract. So
Perfect. I don't know if anybody else has any questions. This is a standard fare done yearly.
Just I guess a curiosity. So 200 per case. Approximately how many per year do we pay for?
that's a good question. So I don't have that right now, but I can email you that.
It's unpredictable because
Yeah.
it's as needed.
Yeah,
But we can look that up.
but this is just muni court, right?
Yeah, it's Canton Municipal. Yep.
All right, seeing no other questions, I guess I'd be entertaining the motion to move item 3A to the council agenda.
I'll move.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, fantastic. All right, moving on to 3B. So this is kind of exciting. This is in, among other things, this is in regards to the AMLA grant that the city got for the remediation of the Cathia property up there behind Discount Drug Mart. So there's a $3 million award. So with this, we're going to advance some money to we're going to create the fund. We're going to advance some money, which we will ultimately then take back later. This is to get things going. And there are a couple other items on there, and I think, Jim, you wanted to touch base on that as well.
Yeah,
Right?
let's go through it. So we got a $3 million grant, an AMLA grant. So to track this grant, we set up a special revenue fund. So what we're doing tonight is we're setting that up, getting approval from you guys to set up that fund. We also got to budget for the grant, right? So it's a refundable grant. So we don't just get the $3 million, we fund it and then we get reimbursed. So we have to create the fund, we advance money from our general fund to that new fund, and then we, as we do spend on this project, we get reimbursed from the grant, and then we also have to budget the advance back into the general fund. It's a temporary advance or transfer, it's a temporary advance from the general fund to the new special revenue fund to cover the grant costs until we get reimbursed. Anything that we don't spend will be advanced back into the general fund. It'll all get advanced back to the general fund. But anything we don't spend this year will get reappropriated and we'll be able to use for next year. It's also kind of appropriation amendment as well. So we're adding $60,000 to sponsorship for community events. So for example, the American 250 celebration that we want to put on, we're expecting to receive about $60,000. Whatever we don't receive of this budget, we will make sure we don't spend. So that's kind of the key there. Whatever we receive, we will spend, and anything that we do not, we'll reappropriate and come back to you to take out. We got a NOPEC grant for community events for $1,000. So we obviously have to appropriate that to be able to spend that grant money. And then our police department got a Toyota donation for $1,000. Anytime you need to spend money, council has to approve it, right? So we're coming here to say we receive this donation, we need to spend it, we have to come to the council to be able to do that. And then obviously we're appropriating the funds for this grant. And then lastly, we're reallocating $250,000 from the capital projects fund. It's already money that's in the budget, but one project went over estimate, which is the HVAC for City Hall. And then the police station renovation came under, so we're just moving money from the capital project, so nothing's added there.
Perfect. Thank you, Jim.
Yep.
Does anybody have any questions?
How much over on the HVAC did we go?
I'd have to give a bid, I don't have the bid with me right
I
now.
don't believe we
We
went
have
over.
bids, but I think it was a fairly decent amount, but I think that's kind of why we're transferring the $250,000, so.
Okay.
All right, so I guess at this point, I'd be looking for a motion for item 3B.
Motion to move 3B to council agenda.
All right, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, those opposed? Fantastic. All right, we will move on lastly to item 3C. And this item, I guess, we'll go for it. Getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, need time. A resolution to renew the depository agreement with Huntington National Bank as the primary depository for active, interim, and inactive deposits of city funds for a period of 5 years, beginning March 1st, 2026, and ending February 28th, 2031.
And this is a relatively self-explanatory item, pretty much as Liam described it. I don't know that there's anything more to add to that, Jim. I mean,
No, we've been with them since before 2014 when they were Citizens Bank. We like them. They're right next door to us and it just makes sense to do business with them, so.
perfect. All right, at this point, I guess I would look for a motion for item 3C.
I'll make that motion.
All right, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? There you go.
Well, Mr. McLeaster, you don't get the whole meeting, so we're gonna move on to streets and alleys. And that is going to be Chairperson John or Mr. Ott, will you go ahead and read the beginning of this?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of North Canton, on behalf of the city of North Canton, to enter into an agreement to participate in the Ohio Department of Transportation's cooperative purchasing program to contract for the purchase of sodium chloride for the 2026-2027 winter season and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Well, that's pretty explaining of what's going on there. How are we on salt for the city?
Well, we're doing well because thankfully we did enter into this contract a few years ago, which is part of the ODOT contract, and that gets us a higher priority. You may have heard on the news, Cargill, the salt mine, which provides a lot of it, had to really prioritize. So a lot of private contractors out there, they were not able to get any salt whatsoever. It went to municipalities and obviously ODOT's first, and then we're on the ODOT contract. So they're doing what they call sensible salting, which means, we're looking, prioritizing, main roads, intersections. It's early in the game, it's only January. We got some time to go here, but if you see our salt shed, you can see we're doing well, and the deliveries are still coming, so.
Good, because I saw somewhere where Cargill was charging 3 times as much. And
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So it's a good thing we're in this contract.
So, any other questions? So, is there a motion to move item 4A to the council agenda?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
That wraps up our committee of the whole meeting. I will make the motion to adjourn. Can I get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
I'm gonna jump right into council.
Do you want to cover something? Sure. You all set?
Yes.
I now call to order the city council meeting of January 28th, 2026. The time is now 7:10 PM. Pastor Cope, will you lead us in prayer?
God of all creation, of justice and mercy, we thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here tonight. We thank you for your many and abundant blessings. We thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibilities. We thank you for our community and all who serve it. This evening, I pray for each person here who is intent on doing good work. Give them the spirit of service. Remind them that they are stewards of your authority. Guide them to be the leaders the people need, to represent all members of the community fairly, to make decisions that promote the common good. Bless their efforts with insight, guided by understanding and wisdom. Help them act with integrity of character and conviction. Help them to discern your will and work to create a strong and healthy community. Lord, I pray for the agenda set before them today. Please give an assurance of what would please you and what would benefit those who live and work in our city. And finally, Lord, renew them with the strength of your presence and joy of helping to build a worthy community. I'm confident in your goodness and love. I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Rock, will you please call the roll?
Member Pierpont.
Present.
Member Orr.
Present.
Member Wyrick.
Here.
Member Matheny.
Here.
Member McLeister.
Here.
Member Pratt.
Here.
Member Stocker.
Here.
7 present.
Okay. For consideration, I will make a motion to approve as presented the minutes from the December 15th, 2025 City Council meeting. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Is there a motion to approve as presented the 2025 final appropriations as approved by ordinance 61, 2025 and the December 2025 and fiscal year 2025 finance reports?
Motion to approve?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those are approved. Can I get a motion to approve as presented the contract awards for the City Hall HVAC system replacement and the Police Department renovation project and the 9th Street Northeast water line replacement and roadway construction?
Motion to approve?
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved. And finally, is there a motion to approve as presented the purchase of a Chevy Silverado 3500 sign truck with corresponding equipment and a Wirtgen W60 milling machine for the street department and a Caterpillar 306 excavator for the water distribution department?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, motion is approved. I do not believe we have anyone on the list to speak on topics for tonight's agenda, so we will move on to new business. Can I get a motion to suspend Council Rule 23 to allow consideration of all items from the preceding committee of the whole?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, at this time, the floor is open to nominations for 2 council representatives to the CRA Housing Council for a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2028. Nominees must be members of council. Jamie, are you on it? Do you still wish to be on it?
No, I can pass that torch to somebody else.
All right. Mr. Orr, I think we spoke earlier. I would like to nominate you to be a member of the CRA.
I'll accept.
Okay. Can we do both at the same time, Liam?
Oh, yeah, we have
Okay.
just the 2
Do we have
nominations.
anyone else on council that would be interested in participating in the CRA?
I'll do that.
You do that?
Yes,
Okay, Mr. Stocker, thank you. All right. I guess I have to ask, do you accept the nomination? I will nominate you.
I do accept it.
Okay, we're official now. All right. All right, so now the floor is closed for any further nominations. We have Mr. Orr and Mr. Stocker. May I get a motion to appoint both of these gentlemen to council representative to the CRA Housing Council?
Make a motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, we do need to do a ballot
Oh,
vote?
no, since there's only two, it's just those two.
That's good.
And
Okay.
motion
good.
carries, so they're good.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen, for volunteering for that. Okay. First up, ordinance 03-2026, first reading, Finance and Property Committee. Liam, will you please read the title?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of North Canton to enter into a contract by and between the city of North Canton and the Stark County Public Defender's Office for the purpose of providing legal counsel to indigent North Canton residents in Canton Municipal Court for a period of 1 year commencing January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2026, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
I think we just covered it. I don't know if you need to cover anything else.
I can't imagine that anything has come up in the past 5 minutes.
Right, all right. Is there a motion to adopt the first reading of ordinance 03-2026?
So,
Is there a second? Thank you. Is there a motion to suspend the rules of council requiring 3 readings?
Motion to suspend?
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 03-2026 under suspension of the rules?
I'll make the motion.
And is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Item 7C. Liam, will you please read the title of ordinance 04-2026?
An ordinance establishing a new special revenue fund titled Ambler Grant Fund and authorizing appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures for a period beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2026.
I just want to say it's amazing that we were able to get such a huge dollar amount for something that has been an issue in North Canton for so many years. This is going to be wonderful to see some remediation done for the mines.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we got the highest grant
Yeah,
award.
we
didn't we?
are proud to say we got the largest award in the state, so it was
Oh, great job.
quite a great accomplishment by everybody on the team.
It'll be good to hear the updates as this progresses through. So I know it's going to take more than months. It'll probably take years to do, but it's awesome to start.
It may be the biggest single grant that our city has ever gotten, that I am aware of anyway. I mean, that's massive.
And it's worth noting that I know that a lot of those neighbors in the neighborhoods surrounding this area are very concerned about the possibility of mines in and around that area. So this is the best possible scenario that we could have. We're going to finally be able to map out those mines and remediate them and bring some stability to that land.
Is there a motion to adopt the first reading of 04-2026?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. I will make the motion to suspend the rules of council requiring 3 readings. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries also. And then finally, is there a motion to adopt ordinance 04-2026 under suspension of the rules?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Liam, will you please read the title of resolution 05-2026?
A resolution to renew the depository agreement with Huntington National Bank as the primary depository for active, interim, and inactive deposits of city funds for a period of 5 years beginning March 1st, 2026 and ending February 28th, 2031.
Again, I don't believe there's anything to add since the last meeting.
I'm unaware of any changes.
That's good to know. Let's keep a good thing going. Can I get a motion to adopt the first reading of resolution 05-2026? Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 55/2026, first reading passed. Moving on, ordinance 06/2026. Liam, will you please read the title?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of North Canton, on behalf of the city of North Canton, to enter into an agreement to participate in the Ohio Department of Transportation's Cooperative Purchasing Program to contract for the purchase of sodium chloride for the 2026-2027 winter season and declaring the same to be an emergency.
We talked about it in committee of the whole. I don't think there's any changes.
We need to make sure our street department gets the materials and the items they need to continue to do such a great job.
And a great cost.
Is there a motion to adopt the first reading of ordinance 06/2026?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I will make the motion to suspend the rules of council requiring 3 readings. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And is there a motion to adopt ordinance 06/2026 under suspension of the rules?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Good. Okay. Moving right along now. We are to the speakers. Mr. Ott, will you read the preamble?
At this time, members of the public who have signed up to address City Council will be called to do so. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes. Speakers shall be called in the order they signed up. During this section, comments shall be limited to items reasonably under the city's authority. The rules for speaking and the speaker's time will appear on the screens. After you have finished speaking, please remain at the podium to answer questions from the officials at the desk.
Mr. Rohrbach, the podium is yours. You'll start with your name and address.
Rohrbach, 217 Hallam Street, Southwest. Come to you tonight, first, welcome back, everybody. It's technically your first real one. So you got a good break. A few things I want to touch on. First, I want to read something. Everybody, once I read this, will have their own various thoughts and interpretations. I don't intend any of this to be political. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. I read that because we have a mixed group here amongst the council, mixed group up in City Hall, of opinions, thoughts, political backgrounds. We are a nonpartisan government city, but it is also known that there are different things out there. Any of you have paid any attention the last couple of days, we are starting as a city to pop up in the conversations on social media from people that like to hide and be anonymous. In fact, all of you in YouTube land out there, I hope you can hear me and see me tonight that don't choose to come, because many of you choose not to come, but stay at home behind your keyboard. But they'll post anonymously about their anonymous children, anonymous sightings. They'll use fake names, other things. Most of you know I have a Facebook group with the title Speak Freely. We do speak freely. It is a vetted group. We try to put factual information on there. Previously, Mr. Young would correct us if we put some incorrect information on there. It's appreciated. Don't think I've ever talked to you about that, Jason, but if we can work on that, if you ever see that, things like that. Anyway, it's also been noted that I am the messenger boy for the city. I have made comments before. I am not the messenger boy for the city. My opinions are my own. I will say what I want to say. I am here to support our city. Along my family, I have mentioned many times, goes back to the 30s in North Canton. I support the growth of this city. I have not held back my thoughts on the current appearance of Main Street, north and south. I just want to, but talking back about the parties and things. So with all these comments and all of you different opinions, I am one strongly believes in one, common sense, and two, that there's not, that, you know, there's friends and there's acquaintances. So not everybody up there, all 7 of you do not need to be friends. You do need to build a strong acquaintanceship and hopefully work together. That's what I said when I congratulated you. I hope that all of you work together and we'll have a lot of good development and good things happen in the city. There's gonna be different things. I'm also proud to say I'm part of the 250th anniversary committee, along with some other people in this room here. We've got a lot of great ideas and things that are coming up with that. We're gonna be looking for a lot of volunteers and a lot of sponsorship. Sponsorship's gonna be big. If anybody can put out the sponsorships there or donations we're looking at currently a drone show in place of fireworks. Either route, extremely expensive. We'd like to have something huge for the city together and bring the city together. So regardless of opinions, regardless of peaceful protest or disputes over the form of water that may appear in the city unrelated to the current weather, let's all work together and do this peacefully. Let our law enforcement and our services take care of each other, and take care of what they need. The AMBLR grant, great job. I hope that we can keep transparency on mines, because I know a lot of people don't even have a clue about mines. I know previously, even on Whitworth Street, there was a cave-in years ago, right there by the Y. I want to shout out the awesome job to all of our services this weekend. I hope once this weather breaks and everything's finally completely cleaned up, maybe obviously not to the level of what we did for the gunmen, that we can do another city recognition for all of them, or something big to shout them out. I don't know, maybe you all go on various ride-alongs in their street trucks with them or something. Law enforcement, even everybody that was essential was there.
Thank you so much.
And we have a fantastic city. Everybody's bragging about it. That's in the city. The people outside the city are very jealous. So great work to our city people.
Thank you, sir.
Anything for me? Questions, comments?
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to department reports. Mayor Stroya.
All right, I'm first. Okay. I do want to talk briefly. I didn't really prepare much for America 250, but sponsorships are a huge deal. And I don't know about you, but I want to make it huge. I want it to be the best party we've ever thrown. And it's, you know, in this environment, like Mr. Rohrbach said, it's, you know, this is our opportunity to come together and celebrate and, you know, just be one. So I'm really excited for America 250. Thank you to our street crew and our first responders. Can't give them enough praise. They always do an amazing job. They always step up. This was a ridiculous storm that we had, and this cold weather is, I'm ready for it to be done already. But amazing job there. Along those lines, the cold has, I think, you know, temporarily caused a lot of businesses to struggle. So if we could make an extra point to support our local businesses, I think they would sure appreciate that. And other than that, that's all I've got.
Good. Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Farina?
I will also just give a little more detail on the wonderful efforts of our entire service department in managing Snowmageddon. You know, anyone who went out to Meijer or Acme or Giant Eagle saw, you know, the shelves were bare and we didn't know, 6 inches, 12 inches, we didn't know. But they were well prepared. And when it came down, it was all hands on deck, and we had every single service worker, so over 30 employees from the parks, from water, from streets, from sewer. We had water treatment plant operators. We had 3 people from the water treatment plant. We had every superintendent. We had every operations manager. There wasn't anyone that, you know, didn't come in and help to some level that they could help. And they were really appreciated. We went down there and fed them. Thank you to those that supported the effort with me to go down and feed them, because that meant a lot. You know, they were hungry, they were tired, and they worked all the way till like midnight that night. And then, you know, lucky them, they got a 5 a.m. call that there was a water main break and the water department was back out. And like they said, you know, they plow till like midnight. They go home, they're keyed up. They don't go to sleep right away. They finally fall asleep at 2 a.m. and the call came, and right back at it. But that's all in an effort to keep everybody, you know, having all the essential services you need, streets to get to work, water that you can, you know, turn on your tap, flush your toilets. So really appreciate them. Also going out there and clearing the hydrants. You know, we saw a lot of residents doing that as well, recognizing that's an important thing when the snow plows are covering in the hydrants. And just a fun fact, we were coming down the street and I said, okay, I see someone from fire. Who is that? And it was our chief. I just expected to see a fire employee, and it's the fire chief, and he's out there digging out a hydrant. So, you know, from the top on down, they did everything great. Yes, our services staff is wonderful. I want to give a little shout out to my own administration staff on a few things. Matt, thank you for being on America 250. The committee, as you know, is being led by our newest employee, Tricia Ostertag. And if you've noticed our social media lately, you know, if you've seen some posts, you'll see that is Tricia's experience coming across and really doing a lot more with our social media. And she's really leading that effort on America 250. And really, we do need those sponsorships. And she has a whole packet together on the different levels that people can do. And you know, she's heading up social media, great. And then also in the written correspondence, Jennifer does our newsletter. And I know, Sue, you came in and you met Jennifer and you complimented her, and thank you. Because when someone comes in from the public and says, I want to see the person who does this, and we called Jennifer to the front, and, you know, she puts a lot of work into making that a good publication for our community that's informative and that's valuable, and not just people throw it in the trash. They read it, they put it on their refrigerator. It's helpful information. So she's been doing great with that. Liam does everything. And we were closed, as you know, on Monday, but we weren't closed. I mean, they took a ton of calls because we are so lucky with technology now. We have this go-to phone app that our phones follow us. We can never stop working. So if they thought they were calling the city and ringing a city phone, you were ringing people sitting at home, and they took a heck of a lot of calls. And people were calling a lot on Monday. What's going on? You know, or my mailbox got plowed in, and if, you know, or damaged, and if that happened, just let us know. We take care of it. A lot of snow calls.
I think we took close to 60 calls.
Yeah.
Did not stop ringing all day.
Yeah. And, you know, Jason's been hitting up so much, could not do it without him, you know, right arm and, you know, running point on a lot of projects and continuing. We got a lot going on in 26. Build a new fire station. We got the reno of the police department. Now we got the Ambler grant. You know, a lot of things going on. So I wanted to also note in our department, we have a new employee coming in. So our new admin assistant is starting on February 9th, and her name is Kyra Baker, and she will backfill the position Danielle was in. So that's been open since November when she left. And, you know, we wanted to take time and find the right person. So we will now have our front staff fully staffed to answer the calls. I just wanted to also say on that America 250 committee, yeah, like I echo what you say, we've got some great things planned. And so we'll be putting it out more and more to people. I don't know if you saw the most recent social media post. You can click and order this banner. It's pretty cool. And that's coming from the America 250. I don't think it was very expensive too. I think it was reasonably priced. And, you know, we want to have the parade to be the best it is. And they're planning a picnic. We've talked about that, or maybe on the Hoover lawn. It's going to be like a big old fashioned community picnic. So a lot of stuff happening in 2026. It's going to be a big year. And I just appreciate everybody's help. That's all I have. Well, I forgot. Wait. Oh, I would never do the end of it. Kelly, our HR person. She's working really hard right now. She got the position for Kyra filled. We still have a code enforcement position open. Still recruiting for that over in the building department. Some police positions, some fire positions, a lot of HR work she's been doing. That's all.
Oh, I did forget something as well.
Oh,
It is Jim Bertovich's 32nd birthday today.
And Matt is showing me the picture of Kona. Vote for Kona. He's winning.
Oh, yeah.
He's by a landslide.
Good.
Jason?
I'll just be brief. I wanted to just say a little bit more about the Ambler grant. I know it figured heavily into the agenda, so I won't belabor it, but we were thrilled to get it. Like we mentioned, it was the largest award in the state of Ohio. And I wanted to, again, just compliment our team for putting that application together. And I wanted to just encourage everybody here with a lot of the good work that the city has done in the past couple years, because I know from talking to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, one thing that really put us over the top, I believe, was that the city of North Canton and our CIC had demonstrated the ability to take a blighted and defunct property in the old Kmart and turn it into all the development you see at Meyer. And I know they really took that into consideration, because one thing that state agencies do look at is, does this community have the capacity to actually do economic development work? So we are excited. It can help get that land along Stratavon and Orion back into productive reuse. And the grant will have two parts. One is for the identification specifically of where the mines are. The second part is for the remediation, which would involve filling them in. And some of that's dependent on development. We'll find out a lot more. This is our first AMLR grant. No one at the city before that I'm aware of has ever worked with one. But we'll build the plane as we're flying it. So that's all I have.
Thank you, thank you. Jim?
Yeah, so I kind of just kind of wanted to go over 2025 from a financial standpoint briefly. We feel we had a really good year financially. The general fund rose 29%, which is about $2.7 million to $11.9 million. S&P, when we did our bonds, they do a credit rating on us, and that was one of their big recommendations, was to increase the general fund. So we were able to do that because we had really good income tax. We went up about 6% in income tax last year. Also, we watched our spending, but income tax increased about $630,000 from the year previously in 2024. Interest also rose by $315,000 from 2024 to 2025. Getting us about $964,000 in interest. Previously it was $648,000. Part of that's from the fire station bonds that we received for the new fire station, but a good portion of that is general fund money. And then, you know me, I like to talk about our water statistics every quarter, every year. So our water customers grew by 17 from 24 to 2025. So we're adding new businesses, or not as much residential, but we're definitely adding some new businesses. ACH enrollments increased by about 300, to about 3,900 customers are enrolled in ACH, which is really good for us. Then auto pay totals, we have about 4,000 people on auto pay, an increase of 326. So we're really happy about how the year ended, and we're looking forward to 2026 here. We know some of that fund balance will be used on the police station renovation and city HVAC. So I don't think we're expecting a huge increase in fund balance for general fund next year, but these are one-time expenses that we will have. So thank you.
Thank you, John. Finance Department. A lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
Funds,
Right.
general ledger accounts.
Whatever counts.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Mr. Ott?
Not a lot. Just wanted to say, glad to be back to work with city council stuff. We're gonna have a lot of stuff coming this year. I got a lot of projects that I'm cooking right now that aren't ready for prime time yet, but as we go through the year, I'll be bringing those out, and we got a lot of exciting work coming up. So just looking forward to it. And I guess while I've got the airtime, I do not have a spring intern yet. So if you know anybody that needs a spring internship, college sophomores, juniors, even seniors, that want to get their experience in public policy, this is a great place to start. And I have been told by my previous interns that I'm a pretty cool boss. So sign up for the internship and come work with me.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'll second that.
Ma'am, you should shout out Terry since I forgot her.
Thank you, Mr. Well, let's move on
We'll
to
do
council
it tomorrow.
reports. Mr. McLeister, want to start us off, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So, a couple things that I wanted to talk about. first of, I'm sure, many people here on the council side will be thanking the fine folks of our snowplow drivers. So I don't want to belabor the point, but just what a difference it is going from North Canton just into, well, we won't mention our friends over here. But I mean, it literally, you think your streets are clean, and then when you hit, you're heading to the highway in that township to our, that'd be to our west. Yeah, it definitely was a difference. I'll even throw out that I was able to go to work on Monday, but I had a coworker who lives in a city that ends in green to the north of us. It wasn't able to get down the street. So thank you again to our folks driving plows. Catherine, I think you touched on this. I was actually going to bring this up as well. Just something that I observed. I won't belabor this either, but the hydrants, digging out the hydrants. So the former police or fire chief is actually my neighbor, kind of like around the corner. I'm driving down the road and I see this absolutely perfectly dug out fire hydrant. I'm like, oh, well, that's right. Here's the former fire chief. I almost stopped and took a picture, but I saw the city had something right up on the website. So just wanted to second that dig out those fire hydrants. And it's amazing when you drive around just how many fire hydrants are still dug in. I mean, far more than what the city could send a person out to do. So, if it's in your front yard or in front of your business, please dig it out a little bit. So, I had an interesting conversation with a resident here recently in regards to noise. And I've talked with a couple of you guys in regards to noise complaints, and I realized that noise complaints aren't something that we're getting regularly or even in large quantities. I had a great conversation with Liam, and thank you very much for the information you sent me. I know that the complaints are relatively small, but I just wonder if there's maybe interest in maybe revisiting this. I felt like there was a lady we tried to solve a problem for her a couple of years ago. We just weren't able to solve it. So I, for one, would be interested in having a conversation again. Maybe it's something we can move forward. Maybe it's something we can look and see what other municipalities are doing. But I feel really bad for this woman, what she's going through. So maybe something we could think about as opposed to taking a poll here, but just something to think about. Lastly, I'm interested in, and I plan to start board meetings this year. I plan to do 3 of them. So this will be something that's no agenda, no long stump speech, I promise. It will simply be an opportunity for Ward 1 residents to come and, as a location, as an alternative to a city council meeting, to come and talk. And unfortunately, he's not here this evening, but I want to thank Mark Inzetta. He and I had a conversation. The first Ward 1 meeting will be from 5:30 to 7 at Mama Gazzardi's on March 12th. And the goal will be to have 3 of these, probably Q1, well, definitely Q1 here, probably Q3 and Q4 this year. The goal would be to have them at local businesses to also highlight them as well. So if you are a Ward 1 resident, I hope to see you on March 12th. And again, thanks to Mark and Zetta for allowing us to book their party room. That's all I got.
Thank you. Thanks. Ms. Wyrick.
All right. Things to streets, obviously, and all. I remember, I think it was Todd Reed, who is our I'll call him our electric guy. I'm sure he has a much more efficient title, but he told me that because he has a truck, he has to show up every time the snow comes and they have to plow. So it's definitely not just the streets guys, it's everyone with the truck. And apparently, I don't know what number you said, a lot of people. So I appreciate that. And just kind of, I'm just starting in my 3rd term here, and Catherine, I was also going to mention administration and the mayor's office, and just I wrote down teamwork, trust, and Tricia. Which is ridiculous, but I feel like the teamwork that's happening in City Hall right now is not like anything I've ever seen. And I feel like I just see the trust, and I see that you're all working together so well. And then you brought on Tricia, who has this event background and this marketing background. And we have talked forever about needing someone in a role like that. So everyone else, of course, is doing amazing work too. But Tricia is the new person who I'm excited. And I get to work with her, in my other role as well. So I have a lot of experience already working with her, and I'm just excited. That was a really good hire. Then I guess I will talk a bit about the Parks Master Plan. We have had 2 of 3 of our meetings, our team meetings with the consultant and our city team for those. So that's coming along well. We'll have something, I don't know, in the next couple months, I would say, we'll have that plan to share with everyone, and that will kind of help guide where we're going with Parks and Recreation going forward. There will be a lot of options. We won't be able to do everything right away at all, but I'm really excited to at least have a plan so we're not kind of going for the next shiny thing like we have been for a while now. And I think that's it.
Excellent. Mr. Ward.
Well, a couple things. The communication the city has amongst ourselves is great. Matt, thank you for reaching out. Catherine, thank you for reaching out. Teeny, thank you for reaching out. We never had that, and it makes you, great. We're more on top of things than we ever have been before. Mr. McLeister, we're gonna be having ward meetings in Ward 4 too. Matt and I had talked about it, and we're gonna be starting probably the end of February. I'm trying to nail down a date for that. Catherine, I had a question. It came up when there was no snow on the ground.
Okay.
When can we get the street sweeper out? What temperature and stuff? Because I think they're in bad shape. We didn't have time as residents or even the city to clean up the leaves like we've had in the past.
Yeah, it was a crazy year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I
it
kept
was.
saying that I was shoveling snow with leaves in it. I was
Yeah.
raking the leaves out of the snow.
Yeah.
I'll check. I don't know what.
I didn't know if there
temperatures,
was a certain
what
temperature or
conditions.
something
I
like
know they
that.
winterize a lot of vehicles too, see where that process is, but I'll check with the superintendent.
Okay, I had a couple calls on that, and then I had several calls thanking us for the snow removal. Oh, our roads have never looked so great, and I go, they haven't. And I've driven to Plain Township and out west, and even up in Green and Lake, and they don't compare. So, but that's about all I have for Ward 4.
Thank you, Mr. Ward.
Thank you.
Ms. Pierpont.
Thank you to everyone who came out tonight. If you told me we were gonna have a major snowstorm and we were gonna postpone our meeting first of the year and we'd move to a Wednesday night and you all would be here, I would have not bet my salary on that. So, thank you for coming out because I know it's cold and I know not everyone's street is perfect, but Matt, thank you for speaking. Thank you for your participation in the America 250. Speaking of the America 250, I did see Trisha's post selling the banners and whatever else. So I went out and I bought today. If I can shop, I'm going to do it. So I went out. Don't be discouraged. It is through the government open gov website. It looks like you're applying for a permit when you first land on the page. It's just I think the landing page to take an order and a payment from you. But I ordered a couple garden flags and a nice 2x3. And the cool part is it says North Canton, Ohio on it. So how neat of a keepsake that will be. So go out and do that. It's been a while since we've met. So I've been keeping a couple notes. So if you'll allow me, January 9th was National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. I saw so much sentiment on social media and out in the community, how well loved our police department and our safety services are here. So we appreciate you. Please pass that along to the crew. January 11th, I'm very passionate about the youth in this community, so you'll hear from me on them frequently. Students in Hoover instrumental and vocal programs participated in the Ohio Music Education Association solo and ensemble adjudicated event, and that's a mouthful. This is an event that was held at Washington Madison High School. These are students in choir and in instrumental studies who spent months preparing a solo or maybe a group quartet or an ensemble or something. And they work towards this one day where they go and they sit in front of a judge and a bunch of strangers in an audience and they perform. And then they receive, critique of their performance. And sometimes that's a really difficult thing for a freshman through a senior to do. I did that 30 plus years ago. Councilmember McLeister probably did a few times too. And so I remember what that was like. So I wanted to say, I can't name them all, but I did get numbers. In the band department, there were 51 performances. And out of that, there were 37 superiors, 13 excellent, and 1 good rating. And over in the choir department, there were 28 performances. They had 20 superiors, 7 excellent, and 1 good. And so props to them. They're private instructors. the band directors, Mr. Varn, Mrs. Varn, Mr. Wolf, choir director, Mr. Berry, props to all of them, how they represented North Canton on that day. And then, like everyone else, thank you to the crews. It is a big deal to go out, I think, and people don't understand the amount of stress on someone to work those long hours. Thank you, Catherine, for coordinating some food for them. And, you know, yeah, the water main break, not everybody hears about that. So that's crazy to go to bed and get right back up and fix it. So that's a lot of work. Just really appreciate all that they do. I feel like this was probably their Super Bowl, this storm. You know, it doesn't come like this very often. So I'm very impressed. I saw somebody on social media on one of the pages say she had been out shoveling her driveway. She had just gotten done. It was perfect and pretty, and then here came our plow and deposited some snow at the end of the drive. And she was not complaining, but apparently this plow driver of ours saw this and backed up and then cleaned that up for her.
Awesome.
How amazing is that? Like, they can't do that for everybody, but that was a great thing to read and see that, you know, that person's clearing all of these streets and then had that personal touch. So thank you to all of them. And that's all I got.
Thank you. Mr. Stocker.
Thank you. Just to mention what Ms. Pierpont just did, the resident in question, she's a single mom with a younger child with developmental disabilities. So, I mean, if somebody was going to be picking a resident to do that for, she was exactly the right person. So when I read that, it was pretty emotional. So, along with everyone else, I want to thank the crews that cleaned our streets. Amazing. I want to highlight what I would call the servant leadership of Mr. Brian Hill. You mentioned, Catherine, that all the supervisors were there pitching in. There were 30 people. You know, when there is a leader such as Brian, it becomes very readily apparent that people respond to that and they work harder for people like him. It's going to be retiring soon, but you know, what a swan song, right? To go out on. Yeah, definitely the Super Bowl, for sure. As the utilities chair, I just wanted to briefly mention that the city has, Jim mentioned it, an automatic payment plan option for utilities, and it is very easy and convenient to sign up. There's a very short, brief authorization form online, and then you simply provide your checking account information either by dropping it off at City Hall or emailing it or putting it through the mail. And if anybody has any questions, they can certainly reach out to city administration or to myself. But you know, we would encourage everybody really to take advantage of that because it's seamless, it's paperless, it's all of that. So. And then lastly, I would like to thank Matt Rohrbach for speaking up tonight. Civil discourse with our municipal, state, and federal government is probably more important than ever before. And so I want to thank you for taking the time to do so, to speak up. I appreciate your commitment to North Canton and to our citizens and having the courage to get up and talk. So I appreciate that. Thank you. That's it.
Good. Thank you. Mr. Pratt.
Thanks. Yeah, just going last, same song, thanks to the street department. It goes deeper than the snow, helps out the cops, helps out the fire and the EMS, get to people that have other things going on when we've got, you know, that kind of weather coming through. Life doesn't stop. So it's everyone's, you know, working together and helping each other out, whether or not we realize it or not. It goes through with so many things. So thanks to all of them. It's still probably the coolest thing to see 2 or 3 plow trucks side by side pushing snow. Yeah, I think we have a lot of good leadership and dedication, and they couldn't do it as good as they do it if they didn't enjoy doing it and being part of something that's, you know, bigger than just, you know, one of them. So thanks to all those guys and the planning that goes into that. Also, just New Year, permits for $10. You can get your fire permit. If you set yourself up with it now, you won't have to worry about getting that when you decide to have a small fire outside. So also help to not hit those guys at the fire department all at once when they're doing their inspections. Spread it throughout the year. That way you can utilize it and kind of spread it out for those guys doing the inspections. So that's it. Thank you.
Good reminder. Thank you. I'll be brief. So much has been said and it deserves to be repeated, but I won't go there. But I did get several calls from residents thanking the crews, and I just want the crews to know that everybody appreciates that, and they're trying to voice how can you say thank you. We appreciate that. We're embarking on a new year. It's a new council year, and there's going to be challenges, opportunities, and maybe some challenges along the way. But I have to say that we have the team to get that done. From everybody that works in the city, their care for this community, wanting to do what's best for this community is evident from the comments that were made tonight, the comments that have been made on social media. We're all neighbors, and we need to take care of each other. Thank you. Okay, we need to move into an executive session. I will make the motion to enter into an executive session for the purpose of discussing the employment of a public employee as permitted by ORC 121.22G1. Can I get a second?
Second.
Mr. Ott, will you do a roll call vote?
Member Pierpont,
Yes.
or
Yes.
Member Wyrick,
Yes.
Member Matheny,
Yes.
Member McLeister,
Yes.
Member Pratt.
Yeah.
Member Stocker.
Yes.
7 in favor, 0 opposed.
Motion passes. I will also make a motion to enter into an executive session for the purpose of discussing the purchase or sale of property as permitted by ORC 121.22G2. Get a second.
Second.
Mr. Ott, roll call.
Member Pierpont,
Yes.
Member Orr,
Yes.
Member Wyrick, Member Matheny,
Yes.
Member McLeister,
Yes.
Member Pratt, Member Stocker.
Yes.
7 in favor, 0 opposed.
Motion passes. At this time, council is in executive session. Let the record reflect, council will be joined by directors of administration, the deputy director of finance, the clerk of council, and I will make a motion to adjourn the executive session. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Let the record reflect no action was taken, and we are now adjourned from executive session. Okay,
Thanks, everybody.
now, as of right now, no items have been submitted to the committee of the whole for February 2nd. Our council clerk has made a recommendation that we cancel that meeting for lack of agenda. So, can I get a motion to amend the meeting's calendar to cancel the February 2nd, 2026 committee of the whole meeting due to lack of agenda?
Can I say one, a lot of people, we're just coming back from a break and taking another break, even though there's no agenda.
There's no agenda for the committee meeting, but it bodes the question, do we start talking about changing our schedules and have a committee meeting and a council meeting, but have 3 meetings a month instead of 4? I don't know, something that we need to think about, but without an agenda, we're gonna come here, we're gonna open a meeting, we're gonna have nothing to say, and then we're going to adjourn, because there's nothing to cover. There's nothing new to
No,
move to a council
What is the
agenda.
deadline to submit? What, is that what we're talking about?
No, they technically owe me everything by Tuesday at noon.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so nobody has submitted anything for Monday's meeting, and it's Wednesday, it's not like
And it's Wednesday,
Right.
today's
Monday.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
I just
does
wonder
make
what the
sense.
people think, that we just came off of a
Yeah.
break and now
Wanted
we're
to get that on the record.
Yes, and that's good. So we do have a motion on the floor.
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay, so the meeting for the 2nd has been canceled. We do have a meeting on the 9th. That is a full council meeting with public speaks. February 16th, 2026, there will be no meeting, yet another holiday. And then we'll double up meetings with, no, I'm sorry, 23rd, February 23rd. Any other questions? Make a motion to adjourn.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.